Welcome back to Simon Says Garage. I am obviously Simon. If you didn't know, this is our 41 Chevy that we're working on. We're currently working on this back window. This back window, if you didn't see the previous video, is out of a 1940 Plymouth that we're forcing to fit in a 1941 Chevy. That is, if you didn't know, heavily modified. Chopped 6 inches in the front, 2 inches in the rear, section 7 inches. She's got all kinds of things going on with her. But we were on the struggle bus pretty hard trying to figure out how do we get this profile of the 40 Plymouth to match the profile of the 41 Chevy. And this is what I came up with. It's a little unorthodox and not normal, and it's okay. It looks cool to me. Give you the front view. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's there. It's definitely there. It's kind of got like that Roman Empire hood looking thing. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's just my head. I don't know. Nonetheless, we're moving forward with it because I like it. We're probably going to do something else on top of it when we get it finished out. If you didn't see the previous video, I will go over again. These fins were not in the plan. They just happened to be part of circumstance. My original plan was to weld it this way, flip it over, weld it on the inside, and then come back and flush cut this. But at this point, I'm not sure I want to do that. I might keep them. So I don't know what we're gonna do with that part of it yet. That's down the road stuff. We gotta get this off and get the roof cut out underneath it, because if I'm gonna do this, I might as well take advantage of the extra space in there if I ever have to get back here to work on anything. But before we get to doing all that, I think I'm gonna get the bottom section of the window completely locked in. Right now it's just cleat-code. We did get all this tacked in last time, but I really wanna get the bottom locked 100%, at least tacked. And then we're gonna take that off and see how we progress with that, because I still don't know how that's all gonna work out. This was never in anybody's plan to have this window in this car with this chop. So it was never like, there's not like a kit I can go out there and buy that'll make this work. And well, I don't have all the tooling and experience to make it work properly, so I just adapt and do what I wanna do. I think it looks cool though. Maybe we should just continue that line out all the way to the front. That might be kind of cool. I don't know what we're gonna do yet. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Anywho, this is gonna be pretty simple. I say that and I probably just jinxed myself, but in theory it should be simple-ish. We're gonna slice it underneath this cleco here where it's touching and bring this up so these are meeting and flush and butted together. And then we'll patch what we need to patch there. Should be the same on this side roughly. And then I'm probably just gonna, patch from here. Can you see that? Am I getting the camera? I'm learning I don't always have the camera pointed at the right spot. We're gonna patch it from here to here and fill that in. Is it gonna look perfectly normal and like it should be there? I hope so. Is it gonna look like it's from the factory? Definitely not, because it's not. That's all there is to it. I really need to give Jeremiah Gardner, the guy that's putting on this high-class trash build-off, a thank you, a sincere thank you. You've pushed me to do this. Like, conversations we've had in the past, and this build-off, and this car has pushed me to where we are with it. I have done so many modifications to this thing that I never thought I would even have the ability to attempt. They're not perfect, and they're probably not all done right, but I've done them, and the car is progressing, so thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you for inviting me to the build-off. Thank you for pushing me to push myself. Anywho's, let's get started. Enough with the sappy stuff and see what we can do here. Should be pretty simple. Damn it, Simon, you did it again. You just jinxed yourself. I know you did. Look at that. I even protected my window. I'm trying to have at least one car that doesn't have grinder sparks and weld splatter pits in the window. There's still a chance I'm gonna screw it up, but so far this car's winning. Let's do this. I am still fighting my whole lip thing going on. If you didn't know, I face, meet rock, smash, hole in lip, hurts, no skin left, hard to talk. Hurts to talk, it's probably painful to listen to. That cleco is right in the way. Uh-oh. Got it. Had me nervous for a second. Probably all like, Simon, that's a cutoff wheel. Don't use it like a grinder. Well, if you watched my last video, you would have known that I killed my other grinder, so that's all I got. So I'm not, it's what I'm doing. All right, that looks good. That's gonna work out really well. Jesus, steady hands McGee here. We really butchered that one up. There we go. That was simple. Just like that. Now we're just gonna fill this patch in. And we'll do the same on the other side. And we're ready to rock and roll. I mean, is that super pretty? Well, no. No, it's not. Will it be super pretty when we're done? Not likely, but it'll be together. Well, we got that all patched together. I got my cut a little wonky in the center here, which is nothing new. I'll probably just fill it with some filler rod, honestly, and buff it out. You'll never know the difference. Don't tell anybody my secrets. If I want to use filler rod there and weld it all together with that, that's probably okay. I make myself giggle sometimes because I was going to go put some wonky cuts in here just so the haters have something to complain about. And then I realized I'm wasting my time doing that. My cuts are wonky enough as it is. I don't need to make them wonky. Hell, if I try to make them wonky, I'll probably make them good and straight. So we're just gonna rock with what we got. And what we got's gonna work. It looks pretty good. It's gotta get, you know, finished welded and all ground out yet, but one thing at a time. Now I got left on the bottom side is these two bottom patches. I'm just gonna take a piece of cardboard here, stuff it up on the back side, trace out our pattern, cut her out, start filling the hole. Oh. My fine tip marker isn't so fine tip anymore. She's getting pretty well mashed up. Time for a new one almost. I have learned when you go and trace a pattern like that, you have to cut on the outside of the line, because if you cut on the line, it'll be too small. I know this. I've done this before. More than once have I screwed that up. But we learn and we progress. Frickin' perfect. It'll probably take some fine tuning on the metal side, but we'll get there. It'll be fine. So that's one. We need two patches. We might as well make both patterns right now. And just get that part done, and then we can cut some stuff out, weld some stuff in, and then move on to the top section and get that finished up. Is there a possibility that I'm avoiding this so I don't screw something up? Yeah, it's not only a possibility, it's a fact. I'm pretty happy with how all this bottom section is going in comparison to what I went through to get that top section figured out. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. All right, let's trim these out of some metal, get them fit in there, and move on. Hell yeah. that all turned out pretty darn good if I do say so myself. And I do. Obviously we got a lot more tack welding and grinding to get this all to look passable for my standards. Always been told if you ain't gonna be able to weld good, you better be able to grind good, and I can grind with the best of them. I'm a mean grinder. Anywho's, this probably would have been better if I had made that all out of maybe 1 or 2 patch panels instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels. But who knows for sure? I don't know for sure. I think it's fine. It's gonna be okay. We have to move on to the top now. That's the only part of the car that is still not attached officially to the window. Now that the sides, the bottom, and the other side is all done, I'm gonna take this off of here, release all these clamps, release the cleco, and hope the form holds its shape, which it should with these ridges on here, or these sides. It shouldn't be able to flex, I don't think. Maybe it will, and I'll be screwed, but fingers crossed it won't move. I don't think it will. And then we can cut out underneath that. It's easier to do it that way versus, you know, going in the car and cutting out underneath it. I was just staring at it, and I originally had thought I was gonna weld it all on the outside right to the roof, but now looking at it, am I better off welding it in from the backside? I don't know. I don't know these things yet. We're still gonna relief cut it here, and that'll allow this to come up and flush that off as best it can. And then this will be the only part that's risen up to compensate for the difference in the profiles of the roofs. Well, it definitely held most of its shape. It's a little wonky here, but it's not like it's unbearable to work with. Thankfully, I was smart enough to go and put a bunch of reference lines on here to make sure we get her squared back up. Because I wondered if maybe if we should shift it down, maybe that would be a smart move, but I don't know that it is. But for the most part, it holds its shape, which works out really well for me. Now we just gotta figure out what we're gonna cut out and what we're gonna do and the rest of it. Do we make it hinge? Do we make it like an extra trunk section? That might be kind of cool. I don't know what to do.
3 weeks later.
All right, folks, I am just back from Starboard down in Oklahoma. I was really hoping to have this wrapped up before I left. It didn't happen, so we are post Starboard at this point, so I'm just trying to get my bearings sorted out and back in a row and, you know, lined up like they're supposed to be so I can figure out what I was doing here. I'm gonna throw the top piece back up because I think we got to get it cut. I think that's where we're at. So I'm just gonna throw it up here, see what it looks like I want to cut. Honestly, I could just put it up here and weld it on and not even cut the roof underneath, but then it'll be weird on the inside of the car. So I think the best option is to cut the roof. If not, well, I guess we'll cross that bridge in the future. As I like to say, that'll be future Simon's problem. So I don't know how I'm going to finish this off on the inside because that's been something I've been running through. You know, I've had 1,300 miles on the road to think about a lot of things, and well, this is what I've been thinking about. Let's be realistic. So I just want to make sure I cut this roof underneath in a manner that I can do something with it on the inside that makes it look cool or at least finished off. But we definitely want to leave some kind of lip in there. I just didn't know how far up here I wanted to cut it. I don't know. I wish I could tell you I knew, but I don't know. I wish I was clairvoyant and could see the future to know how things are going to pan out, because that would be helpful. Here's what we'll do. Oh, whoa. We'll set that off to the side. I'm going to take my scribe thingamabobber jingamajanger with whatever the hell it's called. So this is set to 1 inch. It's got points on it so I can scribe. I'm thinking about just running that down this line, and that'll give me 1 inch lip here. So that way we can weld it on the inside. We can still get our fingers up in there to put some seam sealer in. It's a starting point. Yeah, let's just do that. I'm sorry, I don't know where I was gonna go with this or what I was gonna do. And I don't know what I'm gonna do on the inside. So I'm just trying to make sure whatever I do here doesn't screw me too bad in the future, because I have a tendency to do that to myself. So we can just take this line here. I can put the outside edge, maybe you need to get closer to see. I can put the outside edge here on the line, and then I can run this all the way down that line, and with these sharp points, it'll scribe that for me. And then I can just use that as my line, or I can go over it with a permanent marker and really darken it up so I can see it. The key is to have a very steady, smooth hand. I do not, but it's okay, because the cutoff wheel won't be able to make all these quick little imperfections that I'm creating. I mean, it'd be really handy if I had some 1-inch wide tape. I could just put a piece of tape on there. That would work too. That would definitely work too. The tape I have is 1.5 inches. I don't know if I want that big of a line there. I don't know that it matters. Whoa. All right, I think that's what we're gonna cut. We'll cut that huge triangle out. That'll give us a recessed roof on the inside, and then we'll figure out in the future how we're gonna finish that off or make it look cool or whatever we do. I don't know what we're gonna do. All right, we're about ready to pull the trigger here. I just keep staring at it and looking at and running through all the possibilities of what I could be doing to screw over future Simon, because I'm trying to be better and not screw that guy over because, well, it's me and I don't like to do that to myself. I just do it naturally. Let's get you guys down here and get you a closer look at what I'm seeing. Everything's fit up about as good as I can get it. There's gaps under here. That's because when I cut the triangle out, the roof kind of settled, but when you push it back up into place, it all fits good, so I'm not concerned about that. There's really no way to clamp this to this because this is this way and this is this way. It just, the planes don't line up the way they should. Not the way they should, the way I want them to, the way the clamps need to work. Whatever. We got them all clamped back to the window. That's looking really good. We got a bit of a big gap there, but that's okay. It probably was there before. I just didn't notice it. And I got my pieces of original roof sliced here so we can lift that up into place and kind of blend that all together. And by blend, I mean just make it work. I'm really torn on how I attach it though. I mean, obviously it's going to be welded on. I get that, but in my head, I had the original thought I was going to weld it all from the inside and not have any welds out here, but I don't know if I can do that. There's really not a lot of space underneath there for getting the weld gun in there. Maybe we can show you. Do I have a light? I do. Hopefully you guys can see that, but that's what it's looking like on the inside. I don't know how I'm gonna finish it off in here yet. And you can see I got that overlap there, so I could like stuff some LED lights up in there or something if I wanted to. That'd be kind of cool. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Literally have no idea, and I'm not even concerned about it. We're just trying to get the window in. That's what our goal is. If you guys got any ideas, go and drop them down in the comments for me and I'll take a look at them and see if it's something I can accomplish or like. So I think we're back to, because I can't get all the way up into that front corner welding on the inside, I think we're gonna have to weld it all on the outside, which isn't a big deal. I mean, that's all welded on the outside and that's all welded on the outside and that's all welded on the outside. So it'll be fine. It's just not what I had pictured in my head. And then we'll probably just seam seal it on the inside. I don't know that it's gonna need much more than that. I hope. I don't know though. Maybe it will. I mean, it's going to be pretty rigid. Once this gets welded down, she ain't going to go nowhere. And then the seam sealer will seal it all up for me, lock it tight so nothing can get through. No water or hail, snow, whatever. As good as it's going to get anyways. Peep my new hat, wearing a new Ratrod magazine welding cap. It's pretty awesome. Anywho's, I got distracted, sorry. So that's where we're at. I think we're going to start in the back and work to the front. Or do we start in the front and work to the back? I don't know the answers to these questions. These are the parts of the projects that I struggle with, like where do you start officially? But I'm going to stop staring at it. I'm going to stop worrying about it. And I'm just going to do it because whatever problems come up as they come up, we'll address them. That's all there is to it. I'm learning that's just how I'm going to have to operate because I don't have the knowledge to know any better. So let's get to welding. I'm almost out of gas in my welder as a bonus. But I like to make sure that thing's ran all the way down to the old empty spot. Like there's no more gas coming out because it'll run on, you know, bottomed out gauge for a little while, especially doing tack work. It's going to be fine. And if we run out, then we'll have to get a new bottle. But I'm hoping I can at least get that tacked down before that happens. Is there anything I'm forgetting? I don't know. We're just going to go for it. That's what we're at. We're just going to frickin' go for it. Boy, I wish I knew where to start. I wish I knew the correct place to start. Let me rephrase that. This is either going to look really sweet or really janky. Either outcome is possible right now. But you know me, I ain't afraid to cut it all apart if I don't like it. Start over. I don't wanna, but I will. Let's see if we can get this a little flusher, tighter, prettier, better quality. Oh, that looks good. That looks really good. Just take your time, Simon. There's no rush. Actually, there's a little bit of rush. I got limited time to build this car. Yeah, that looks good. I haven't even burned, well, I burned through a little bit. Not a big hole. So take the win where you can get it, people. I'm really unsure if I should be doing this before I do that. That's all clamped together, so technically it shouldn't move. Oh boy, I don't know. I think we should be doing this first, at least get it tacked down. We're gonna. I don't know if it's right, but it's what we're gonna do. I think we'll start in the back, work our way forward. And probably jump side to side, I'm guessing. We're gonna try and stay consistent as much as we can. Consistency is really not my thing though. It's looking good. Car moved, my eyes were closed. We're struggling, people. We are struggling. I can't quite reach it. How do we address this issue? I need to push the roof up and weld it at the same time. And I cannot reach. If I push it up, no, you guys can't weld it. No, that's fine. It's not that you're a bad welder. That's my job. Don't be taking my glory. Oh, I got it, kinda. She's holding on for dear life. This front section's gonna be super tricky. That wasn't so bad. Wasn't so bad. Wonder if my long clamps will reach. Nope. Too short, like always. How do we do this, Simon? How do we do this? Nope, I cannot reach. Cannot reach. Thinking. Shinking. Not sinking, thinking. I have an idea. Right, if I weld this to this, put a block, pry bar, it'll lift, right? I guess we gotta find out. We'll just put little tacks on it, just little guys. We may need to grind some metal first. Oh yeah, that's right. This is still broken. Why did you guys go down there? Is it because all my cords are tangled together? That couldn't it's not my fault, I promise. Okay, it might be my fault. Now we gotta readjust the camera here. Hang on. I'm not real talented here, people. I'm kind of a big mess, if you couldn't tell. Oh, the camera's even sideways. That's not good. Okay. Can you see? Oh, you're shrunken down even. We really knocked it up good. Let's get in here where you can see the action. Probably should put you on the other side, actually. There, hopefully that works. I'll try not to stand directly in the way of the camera, which I'm already doing. Maybe that'll be better. Yell at me if I'm in the way. This might even work better than I originally anticipated. Oh, perfect. I figured things out. That worked. Awesome. Hopefully we didn't screw the other side up because I certainly didn't check that. Oh no, we're sitting pretty good here still. I just need to get it lifted in the front here a little bit and we'll be good. Sweet. I just keep tying all my cords into a bigger knot. Every time I untangle them, I turn around and they're tangled. Every frickin' time. Well, that's disappointing. My camera shut off for some reason. I don't know why. It's got a full battery, it's got memory card, it's been plugged in so it's not overheated. It's fine, Simon. It's gonna be okay. Anyways, I got this cut off. I don't know if you're gonna see that or not because I don't know when the camera shut off. The downside of this is I cut a hole right into my roof, so we gotta fix that too. Perfect. It's going good. Now we just gotta start welding all this together. All right, folks, ta-da, we got her in. Yeah, that was, well, it was aggravating actually, just the tacking and the welding and the grinding and the tacking and the welding and the blowing through and the holes and oh my God, sheet metal. Not my fave. My protector for my window is starting to pop free here. We better readdress that before we do any more welding. Hopefully it's not too late. Let's get you a bird's eye view. Actually, let's get you an up close view so you can see how she looks. I am not trying to hide anything. She is not perfect, and that's okay with me. I got to remember, as everybody keeps telling me, it's just a Ratrod, and I get it. I'm still trying to do the best I can do. And sometimes my skill level gets to a point where she drops off, and this is what we're left with. Prime example, I don't know how well this is going to pick up on camera, but that's not smooth at all. That's really bad, and actually it was worse. And I brought it around and I hammered on it and dollied on it and we got her better. So it got to the point now where we're going the other direction and we're getting worse and I don't know where to hit to rectify the problem. It's a bit of a reach. So maybe when I pop the window out to do the seal, we'll see if we can't hammer and dolly some of that some more and have a better view of what we're doing instead of blindly trying to swing a hammer on the inside of the car. Another spot we had some issues with is I got a little carried away welding through here and got a little hot and that created a little deforming here. It's sunk. It's basically what happened. It looks pretty good, sunk up pretty good again. So I'm assuming it's my fault. I got a little hot when I was welding across here because I get impatient and I start welding too much, too fast, and we cause our own problems. And I know it. Yet I still catch myself doing it. I never seem to learn. So we'll probably, and again, when the window's out, take a hammer and a dolly and see if we can't at least make it worse. Who knows? Also, I've been around this thing 3-4 different times, welding and grinding and welding and grinding, and we're still finding spots that has holes. I just found this one while I was recording. Just found that one. Never noticed it. So At some point, I'll either put a big bright light on the outside of the car and go on the inside and weld all the light spots closed, or we'll do it the reverse way and we'll put a nice bright light on the inside of the car and I'll weld it from the outside, but then I have to dim the lights out here so you know it's easier to see. Don't know how we're gonna address that yet. I still gotta come back and finish some tacks across the roof strip and then some on the door frame. It's kind of my thing, I just avoid it. A couple things I did learn: if I was to do this exact same project or similar project again, I would take my own advice. Like I did when I did this. I know how I made that big patch to fill in so I didn't have to fill all those weld lines in. I should have taken that advice and done that here and made this one large patch. Then I wouldn't have had this weld, this weld, this weld, and this weld. That's a lot of weld and a lot of heat and a lot of distortion you're fighting constantly. So note to self for next time, try and do one big patch panel. Just try and remember, Simon. I don't know why I didn't think of it. I should have. I didn't, but I should have. I just didn't. Silly Simon. But yeah, we're there. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Still not sure if I'm gonna keep the fins or if we're gonna ditch them. Who knows? There's no reason to cut them off because they're not hurting nothing, so just leave them for now. And if I decide I absolutely don't want them, I'll cut them off. If I decide I like them, we'll leave them on. I don't know. Sometimes the projects just, they speak to you and you just gotta do what they tell you. That's all there is to it. So anywho's, I think this is about a wrap on this project. Again, thank you to Mike for sending me the window. That was a huge help, huge help. And I probably could have figured something else out, but you sent me that. I made damn sure it went in the car because thank you. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like, drop a comment if you have any ideas on how we can ensure we get most of those pinholes tacked up there when we're joining panels together, because I always seem to struggle with it. Yeah, I'm gonna seam sealer it, hopefully better than the last go around, and hope for the best, but still, like, how? How do you guys do it? I suppose TIG weld it. I don't know how to TIG weld, let alone have a TIG welder. Really be cool to have one of them X-Tool laser welders. Those things look superb. But anywho, I'm going off on a tangent, so I'm gonna stop myself. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.